it fuels, it can cause a detrimental effect to our work, and I suppose I'd go as far as to say to our bottom line, because more awareness to think outside of ourselves, and how as practitioners we present ourselves to our patients and clients, would allow us to design our clinics in a way that accommodates a diverse and wide group of people. And like I say, thus increase your bottom line as well. There's this article in the Guardian again, which about unconscious bias and what it is and how we can eliminate it. It's a very good article that I would encourage anyone to read, because it really gets you thinking about your practices, and just how to question yourself just a little bit more when it comes to the design of your space, of your clinic, of your treatments, of your website, and just how you can ensure that you present it taking away as much bias as possible towards one particular group or the other. So this there was this also interesting table that showed that whilst, for example, the UK isn't sort of classified as a racist society any more than it was, more than 20 years ago, it's important to note that 64% of people express the likelihood of subconscious acts of racism, which means that for us as practitioners, we need to kind of just to be aware of the field that our clients, our patients, potential clients and patients as well, are navigating before they get to us, and what influences they have on them and their belief systems before they get to us, because we could either be adding to it, or we could be improving it and giving them a better experience. So some of these biases and unconscious thoughts looks like this. No need for sunscreen. So darker skin tones are protected by some degree of melanin, which is correct, but then the assumption is that that's enough in itself, which we all know it's not. And things like Black people don't get skin cancer. We've got obviously research and data that shows that does happen. Or things like sunscreen isn't formulated for darker skin tones because it leaves a white cast on the face. Again, sunscreens have moved on in leaps and bounds over the years, so again, that is not true. But that is something that we hear day in, day out when we talk about sunscreen with the Black Skin Directory audience, is that it's not really, the manufacturers don't really make anything that suits our skin, and we all end up looking like a ghost. But again, it's a bias and unconscious thoughts that's there. And also things that when it comes to things like injectables, say, for example, people of African descent tend to have fuller lips already. So why would they want fillers? Well, they could possibly want fillers for other reasons, but there's a bias there that's stopping you from investigating that. The idea that sometimes you hear in the Black community, or that Black don't crack, which it refers to the fact that on average, Black people get things like lines and wrinkles a lot later than our Caucasian counterparts. So therefore, why would a say skin of color lady come into your clinic be interested in Botox? She could very well be for other reasons. And also within the injectable sphere, there's always this, when we talk about the fire ratio of beauty, and people like Angelina Jolie are presented as the ultimate beauty that everyone should be sort of looking to emulate. Well, for a woman of color, Angelina Jolie might not be the most appropriate person to present as the ultimate beauty to emulate. So it's about being aware of these subtle things that can make all the difference. We also have some biases that lead to things like colorism, where within the Black community, a lighter skin-toned individual is more favored over a darker skin-toned individual. And we have the fair beauty issues as well, where that fuel skin bleaching the economy in Africa, in the Caribbean, and also in Asia. These are all biases that have come about that affect the way women of color and people of color access treatment. And also we have aggressive skin treatment as well, which is another bias. Or if you've just joined us, do remember to turn your microphone off and your camera off so that we don't have any interference. Thank you. And also aggressive skin treatments, where there's a misconception sometimes that black skin is stronger, so it needs more powerful treatments, or black skin is thicker, so therefore it's more resilient and can handle those powerful treatments. And these biases and unconscious thoughts are things that we have to constantly be working at to ensure that we are providing a similar level of service to all our clients and people that walk through our door.